If you're currently struggling with sloppy fingers on the ukulele, have no fear. Because I'm about to teach you 5 ridiculously effective exercises to improve your speed and dexterity in just 1 week. But first, it's important to know why our fingers won't cooperate. So for this example, I want you to fold your hands in each other like this, and then try to raise both of your index fingers like this and keep the other fingers down. Do the same for your middle finger, but when you arrive at your ring fingers, you'll see that it's very difficult and actually not really possible to move them both up. And the reason for that is because these two fingers are connected to the same tendon. That makes it so important to train these fingers individually. So the first exercise to do that is with my walking exercise. The walking exercise, you start by placing your index finger on the first fret of the G string, your middle finger on the second fret of that string, ring finger on third, and pinky on the fourth. Then you're gonna move down one string, but as you do that, make sure that this pinky finger and index finger are at some point on the fretboard at the same time, because then you can kind of practice this stretch, and that's very good for finger dexterity. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, first fret C string, connection, keep the stretch, and then you're gonna lift off your pinky. Second, third, fourth, connection, first, second, third, fourth, until you're at the high A string like this. And when you go back, it's important to lift off your fingers one by one. So don't do this, because then it's all going to be the same sound. No, you're going to start at the fourth fret of the A string, lift off your pinky, and then place your ring finger on the third fret of that string, and then work your way upwards. So it's 4, 3, 2, 1, and then put your pinky finger on the fourth fret of the E string like this. Make sure that this stretches on there for a short while. Then lift off your index finger and then go 4, 3, 2, 1, stretch, 4, 3, 2, 1, stretch, G string. So if you want to kick this exercise up one notch, I would recommend you to do the running exercise, and it goes like this. So you're going to move all the way down with the walking exercise like this until your pinky finger reaches the fourth fret of the high A string. And then when you do that, you're going to shift your wrist towards the headstock, and then you're going to put your index finger on the fourth fret of the G string. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, shift, index finger on the fourth fret of the G. And then you're going to repeat the whole walking exercise again. So you're going to go down like that again until you're at the 7th fret of the A string. And then you're going to place your index finger again on the 7th fret of the G string. So just 3 strings above it. Let me show you what it sounds like when you play the running exercise all in one go. Switch. Switch. And you can do one more switch, then you're really higher up, but it also counts like that. And don't worry about your fingers getting stuck to the strings and giving sounds off like that. It's really about the dexterity and the coordination for this one. Now for my second insanely effective exercise to get you faster fingers in just 7 days on the ukulele, we're going to do the rock climber. Now for this insanely effective dexterity exercise for the ukulele, you're going to place your index finger on the 5th fret of the G string. Then you're going to put your middle finger on the 6th fret of the C string. Your ring finger is going to go on the 7th fret of the G again. And then your pinky finger is going to go on the 8th fret of the C. So it's... Then you're going to move down one string and repeat the same pattern on the C and the E string. So it's going to be 5th fret C, 6th fret E, 7th fret C, 8th fret E. And then you're going to move down one string to the E and the A string. 5, 6, 7, 8. In total it sounds like this. It sounds very ominous, you will have to play past that, but it's such an insanely effective exercise, I can guarantee you that. Now, if you want to kick this exercise up one notch, I would recommend you to do the rock climber on the 1st and 4th frets of your ukulele. The reason is because the frets are farther away from each other over here than over here, thus it makes the whole exercise a little bit more challenging. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, move down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again on the E. Like that. Now for my third insanely effective exercise for beginner ukulele players, we're going to do the aerobics exercise. And for this exercise, we're not going to play the strings at all. So you're going to start by placing your index finger on the 5th fret of the G string, middle finger on the 6th, ring on 7th, and pinky on the 8th. The next step is to lift your index finger up and down for about 5 to 10 seconds, while the other fingers stay down. Then you're going to do the same for your middle finger like this. And again, the rest of the finger should stay down. And then you're gonna do the same for your ring finger. This should feel really awkward, but no worries, it's a sign of growth. And then the next step is to put your finger up and down in the air for about 5 to 10 seconds. Alright, so that was level 1 to this aerobics exercise. Now comes level 2. Now we're going to alternate the fingers. We're going to start by lifting up our index finger and middle finger up and down for about 5 to 10 seconds. And the rest of the finger should stay down. Then you do the same for your index finger and ring finger. Again, this should feel awkward, but that's a good thing, because now you're totally isolating the movement and isolating the coordination. The next up are the index finger and pinky finger. It really helps to look at your fingers while you do it. It kind of sends signals more accurately or something. And the final step is to lift your middle finger and ring finger up and down for about 5 to 10 seconds as well. Let me show you level 3 of this exercise. And for this one, we're going to start on the 1st and the 4th frets of the G, C, E, and A string. But it's not what you think. So we're not going to count the seconds. So not going to go like lifting it up and down 5 to 10 seconds. No, we're going to count the number of times that our fingers are actually up in the air. So we're going to do same position, no playing. And then index finger goes up in the air, 1, 2. Then middle finger, 1, 2. Ring, 1, 2. Pinky, 1, 2. Then move down to the C string. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Go to E. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then go to A string. And make sure that your fingers are all locked in. So the moment that I'm moving, when I'm going like 1, 2, that my middle finger, ring, or pinky are not like moving along with it. No, you're actually still going to isolate your fingers. So it's gonna be. This brings me to my 4th insanely effective exercise for beginner ukulele players, and it's going to be the spider pinky. And let me tell you what I mean by that. The first step to the spider pinky is to place your index finger on the 1st fret of the G string. Then you're gonna put your pinky finger on the 4th fret of the C string like this. Then you're gonna put your index finger on the 1st fret of the C string. And then you're gonna put your pinky finger again on the 4th fret of the G string. So it's gonna be 1, 4, 1, 4. They're going to move down 1 string and you're going to repeat the pattern on the C and the E string like this. 1, 4, 1st fret E, 4th fret C. And then you're going to repeat it again on the E and the A string. 1, 4, 1, 4. So altogether it sounds like this. Again, very spooky and ominous, but if you're playing this at Halloween, it's actually kind of relevant. But yeah, otherwise you just have to play through it. You can also do this exercise without playing if you don't like the ominous sound, but I would recommend playing because then you can really know if you hit the notes right, because they always have to be right in front of the fret. And this brings me to my 5th and final exercise to get you faster fingers in just 1 week, and it's going to be the pinky leapfrog. So you're going to start by placing your index finger on the 1st fret of the G string. And this time you're going to put your pinky on the 4th fret again, but not of the G string, not on the C string, but on the E string. So basically you're going to leapfrog over the C string to the E string. So it's going to be 1st fret on G string, 4th fret on E string. It's actually the same note. You just have to kind of power through it because it can be confusing. Okay, so 1st fret on the E string, and then your pinky finger is going to go on the 4th fret of the G string. So it's going to be 1, 4, 1, 4. So the stretches are way bigger. So this is why I would recommend to do this exercise at the end of your whole session. Then you're going to place your index finger on the 1st fret of the C, and then your pinky finger on the 4th fret of the A, and then your index finger on the 1st fret of the A, and then your pinky on the 4th fret of the C. So it's going to be 1 on G, 4th E, 1 on E, 4th G, 1 on C, 4th A, 1 on A, 4th C. So if you want to make this exercise a little bit easier for yourself, I would recommend starting on the 5th fret of the G string and then do the same patterns. Do these exercises every day for 2 minutes per exercise, and I can guarantee you that you will see results after a week. And I have some good news for you, because did you know that I will come with a part 2 and a part 3 of this ukulele finger exercise series? And if you want to improve your ukulele playing even more, please make sure to watch the video on screen. I'll see you there.